guys, hello, Lumuna. Okay, so we were given the problem. Points A, B, and C on the parabola has elevations of 30 meters, 33 meters, and 27 meters, respectively. Point B is between A and C and is 160 meters horizontally from A and 90 meters horizontally from C. A. Determine the horizontal distance of the highest point of the parabola from point A. For B, determine the elevation of the highest point of the parabola. And letter C, compute the lengths of the latus rectum. Okay, so step 1. Understand the problem. We were told that the elevation of point A is 30 meters. The elevation of point B is 33 meters. Elevation of point C is 33 meters. We're also told that the horizontal distances B is 160 away from A. C is 90 meters farther from B. Okay, so we translate these coordinates. Start with A. Take note that elevation is on the y-axis. A is at the beginning, so our x is 0, and its elevation is 30. So x and y, 0 ang x, yung y is 30. For the B, I've already answered. For the B, 160 meters from A, so x is equals to 160 since yung x ni A is 0, and it's stated nga B is 160 meters away from A, so 0 plus 160, 160. And its elevation is 33, so yung y is 33. For the letter C, C is 90 meters farther from B. Nag-plus lang ka 90 sa 160 ni letter B. That's why nag-250 siya. And its elevation is 27, so y is 27. Now we have the 3 points. For point A, yung x-axis is 0 and 30, yung y is 30, B is 160 and 33, C is 250 and 27. So next is use the parabola equation. So atong parabola equation is y is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. That's the parabola equation. So we use this formula to get to plot the key points. So we substitute A, B, and C, A and B using the coordinates of points A, B, and C. So we use this formula at each point. First, at point A, at point A, 0 and 30. So atong y is, so at point 30, my test. Okay, so at point 30, so the formula is y equals to ax squared plus bx plus c. Take note that our x and y for point A is 0 and 30. So since y is equals to ax squared plus bx plus c, we substitute y with 30 since its elevation is 30. And for the x squared, since atong x is on the origin, so it's 0. So substitute na to. 30 is equals to a times 0 squared plus b times 0 plus c. Tapos atong c is 30 since siya. Ganun 30 siya. Transfer y is equals to, final answer is y is equals to ax squared plus bx plus 30. Okay. For the point B, itong point B na po. Point B, our x and y of point B is 160 and 33. Okay. Yan ang time. 4 minutes. Okay. Substitute the formula using the coordinates of point B. So it's 33 is equals to A times 160 squared ang x coordinate ni point B plus B times 160 plus 30. Okay. 33. So just inaro mo sa calcio. Ang magawas is 25,608 plus 160b is equals to 3. Okay, so ang first equation. Now we solve for the point C. Yang x and y is 250 and 27. Same lang yapon, substitute the Using the formula, substitute them using the coordinates of the point C, 250 and 27. Then you'll have the second equation, which is 62,500A plus 250B. Yeah. Wait, so next is multiply the first equation by 250 and 160 to eliminate the B. Okay. So 25,600 times 250 at 160 times 250B is equals to 750. So yung answer natin is 6,400,000A plus 40,000B is equals to 70B. 750. That's our first equation method. Next is 62,500 times 160. Same na ginapon. Yan na kay diba 25,600 asa na siya? 25,500. Okay. Ang talang na ko. So 62,500 times 168 plus 250 times 160B is equals to negative 480. Then you multiply 62,500 by 160, you get 10,000,000A plus 40,000B is equals to negative 480B. That's our second equation. So nganong duha atong equation in order to eliminate B. Let's proceed to the next. So since eliminate sila nato, diba? Eliminate na to. I'll just use this na lang. Let's use red. Diba? Since we have two equations, ang second equation na to is 10,000,000A plus 40,000B equals to negative 480. First equation is 6,400,000A plus 4,000B is equals to 750. So, cross out na natin. Since may minus na natin, take note that may minus na natin siya. And then, it will leave us with i-minus nimo ang 10 million with 6 million. You get 3,600,000A is equals to negative 1,230. Tapos, atong next one is divide both sides by 3,600,000A para mabili na si A. Ano siya? So, A is equals to negative 1,230 over divided by 3,600,000. Then, calculate mo, then you will have the answer nga. Negative 0.0003,417. Next, we use that value, since ano itong value ni A, we use that value sa kay kini. This one. Kini nga 25,608 plus 160B is equals to 3. Okay? We use that value since our A is not a value ni A, which is 0.0003,417. Substitute that value. 25,600 times negative 0.0003,417 plus 160B is equals to 3. Ano mo sila? Then, mabilin ng negative 8.75 plus 160B is equals to 3. Divide both sides by, kiniyo. Limot ko. Since 8.75 plus 160B is equals to 3, transfer negative 8.75 sa pikas. Sorry sa'yo. Transfer mo si 8.75 sa pikas. Here, tamo tayo. Transfer 8.75 hindi sa pikas, may mo siya plus. So, 8.75 plus 3 equals to 11.75. Divide both sides by 160B para mabilin si B. Then we have the value of B, which is 0.07344. So since we have, atong formula diba is y is equals to ax squared plus bx plus 30. So natay value ni a and b. So the equation is y is equals to negative 0.003417 x squared plus 0.07344 x plus 30. Now, next na tayo is ang ang vertices ni parabola. So, xv is equals to negative b over 2a. That's the formula. Substitute lang nato ang ilang values. So, we have 0.07344 over 2 times negative 0.003417. We will get 107.5. Next. Okay. Itong vertex ako. These are vertex atong parabola. Is 107.5. Next is atong kuhaon ang y, ang elevation ni parabola. Right side. Okay. Okay, nakuha na to ng iyang x. Ang x ang vertex ni parabola. Then we'll get the y of the vertex of the parabola. Similar gyapon. So, y is equals to negative 0.000317 times 107.5. Okay, di ba natay value ni x? Kining value ni x, we substitute it in the formula. So, y is equals to negative 0.003417 times 107.5 squared plus 0.07344 times 107.5 squared plus 30 plus just calculate calculator, then we'll have y is equals to 33.94. That's the y axis of our vertex. Next, we have the latus rectum. The formula is 1 over a. Simple as that. I'll just explain it later. Nanong nag 1 over a formula. So, 1 over a, substitute 1 over a. So, it will be 1 over 0.0003417. So, atong latus rectum is kana. So, final answer is, or letter A is 107.5 meters, B is 33.94 meters, and letter C is 2,926 meters. Thank you.